Here with head football coach Paul Winters for this week's locker room report after Wayne State's 30-10 loss against Ashland on Saturday. Outside of maybe the Ferris State game, you guys have shown that you can play with the best teams in the country. Really solid schedule from the beginning to the end. Haven't been able to finish those, but talk about the development that type of schedule can mean for a team.
Well, when you have young guys that have to play, it gives them an idea of what they have to face in the future as far as competing against the very best and what kind of effort it's going to take to compete at that level. Also, what kind of execution it's going to take to compete at that level. I think you look at Elaine Potter, he's a young man who he was just doing his prom a few months ago. Now he's competed against 4 top 25 teams. That's pretty good, and he'll learn from it and he'll grow from it, and I think our whole team will.
First 3 quarters against Ashland, it looked like we were going to shake up the playoff picture a little bit. Talk about those first 3 quarters and that execution that you talk about in the first 3 quarters of that game.
Well, we physically showed that we can compete against them because Ashland's a little different than some of the other teams.
Right.
They're physical, they're strong, they knock you off the ball, and I thought our defense really stood up and stepped up. And I thought that offensively, when we were able just to stay away from some of their pressure, we were able to knock them off the ball. So, obviously, for 3 quarters, it was just fight, and it was a great football game. And then I think we kind of self-destructed a little bit. I mean, the first play of the 4th quarter killed us because we had great pressure on their quarterback, and a sack at that point creates a field goal opportunity for them. They have to kick a field goal, and it's maybe 16-10, and we get the ball back. Let's see what happens. So it's tough, but our kids are learning.
Compare this season to some of the others here. You've been here at Wayne State a while. There's been some adversity this year. Talk about how it compares to some of the other seasons. Are you still excited to come into the office each day, and are you still excited to help young men develop and kids into men?
Right. This season doesn't really compare to any others because we've probably faced more adversity from a lost time standpoint for our team. We lost guys for games, for seasons, for quarters, and it's been very difficult because you just don't have enough people to make up for all the time that was missed. But what's different about this team is they've stayed together. They're very close. They're very committed. They have great leadership. Their captains are doing a fantastic job. Deontay Nicholas hasn't played in 6 weeks, and he's still the voice of the locker room. I mean, he's positive and everything else. So I love this team. I love coming to work every day. You just want to try to give them the best opportunity to win, and I think every minute the coaches spend in here is to give these guys a better opportunity to win. And obviously it's a difficult situation, but the attitude's been great.
Opportunity to end the season on 2 wins with Northern Michigan coming here on Saturday and then going to Davenport to end the regular season. Talk about what that momentum, we've ended seasons on winning streaks before. Talk about what that can mean for a developing team.
Well, I think for the young guys, it gives them the idea that we win a football game, we're positive going into the off season. And I think, the off season's always hard. And it's going to be a little bit easier if we win. So they know that, and they want to. It won't be easy, but it won't be as hard, and we won't be as angry. And you feel better about yourself.
Talk a little bit about Northern Michigan and maybe a few keys to victory.
Northern Michigan, they're a team that obviously has new coaching staff, and they're young in a lot of ways, very similar to us. They're fighting their rear ends off. I've never seen them quit in a game. I see them playing as hard as they can. The keys to us winning the football game is don't turn the ball over, run the ball consistently well, and play the kind of defense that we've played the last couple of weeks.